Hi everyone and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Touring Car Championship here on GT7. So here we are at Goodwood for the first race of round 4 of the championship. So let's take you through the grid then for this one after one-shot qualifying. So it is Anime on pole position in the Toyota Crown Athlete. Second on the grid we have Neil Farmack in the Chevrolet Camaro. Then we have TY back in the Honda Civic Type R. We then have Bidster in the Volkswagen Golf, 4th on the grid. 5th is going to be Nifty in the Audi TT with the Lego sponsorship there. Pash in 6th place, he's back with the Subaru in 6th place. And Wayne, 7th place in the Genesis. So, let's get on with the race then. So, lights on. And ready to go here at Goodwood. This is our little version of Thruxton that we've got. There goes the Union Jack, and off we go. And a brilliant start for Pash there in the four-wheel drive as he overtakes and... Well, in fact, he's going straight for the second place around the outside of Neil Farmack if he can. He can't quite do it. He folds into 3rd place. Anime's got a bit of a lag issue up front, but I don't think that's going to bother him too much. Neil's going alongside him. I think Anime's backing off. I think he knows he's lagging a bit, and he's just backing off a little bit, but... there goes Neil through. I think the whole lobby's lagging, to be honest, I think. Bits side by side with someone further back as we go into the fast right-hander. Pash loses the rear of the Subaru. How did he hold that? He held it really well there. Bidster up to 4th place after going side by side with a few people. Anime's going backwards here. In fact, Anime's having a bit of side by side hits with Nifty there as we go round the fast right-hander. Down the back section here at Goodwood. Neil Farmack's got a right lead now. Bidster's coming through in 3rd place. He's passing TY in the Honda Civic. And he's now looking to attack the Subaru Pash. We're not quite close enough there to have a look. All of them mowing the grass on the way into the apex of the corner, now into the famous Goodwood chicane. And now, Nifty, I thought Bidster went wide there. Nifty went even wider in the Audi TT, and that's going to give TY a run on Bidster, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to make a move just yet. No, not quite close enough yet, but he's right on Bidster's tail. But a brilliant save by Pash earlier on. We'll get to have a look at that later on if we can, and have a look at what happened. But yeah, that's good recovery there. But Neil has checked out here. Neil has checked out, and Bidster is under pressure from TY. TY keeping on his back end though, making sure he keeps that Honda as close as he can to the boot of that Golf. Meanwhile in the background we've got a bit of lag there from Anime, and yeah, he's not past Nifty. Up Nifty, there's a little wiggle into the corner. He's going wide on the curve, and that's going to be all that Anime needs. That's all he needs to go through. Wayne, meanwhile, still in 7th place, not made up any progress just yet in the Genesis. Pash now under pressure from Bids. Bids on the move here in the Golf. Having a look down the inside. Pash holds around the outside. Can he hold it around the outside? Oh no, side by side through the chicane. No, he's got to. Bidster tucks in. He says, "No, I'm not going to fight that one. I'd rather just get a good line through the corner and try and stick with him on the straight." So it's Neil Farmack in the lead, Pash 2nd, Bidster 3rd, TY in 4th. We've got Wayne. Oh, Wayne's moved up to 5th place, so something's happened with Anime and Nifty. Yeah, we'll have a look at it. We'll have a look at that in a little bit, guys. When we get to the replay section later on, we'll have a look at that. But Pash and Bidster together for 2nd place. The main battle on track right now. TY's fallen back a tiny bit here. Must have run wide at turn 1. We're going into the right and then the left. Powering up to these tighter right-handers, tighter corners on the track, even though they are still taking it over 70 miles an hour. Very high speed, very high average speed, should I say, high average speed at Goodwood. Definitely one for the powertrains, and Bidster looks like he's got a bit of power in that Golf. But only just moving out to overtake, as Pash says, no you don't. Uses the 4-wheel drive braking of the Subaru, because the 4-wheel drives will be a little bit better on the brakes than the front-wheel drive. More engine braking over all 4 axles. Over both axles, sorry, should I say? Not 4 wheels, 2 axles. Look, get it right, look. Meanwhile, in the background, we've got Nifty going round. Nifty's gone round out of the chicane, and he rejoins, but the Lego Star Wars car goes down to 7th place. unfortunately. And that's another. That is Anime's up in 5th. Wayne's not too far off the back of him either, so that could be quite close. Neil, fastest lap of the race, 13.4. Passion Bidster still battling it out, and TY's managed to get on the back of him again in the yellow Honda. Passion the Subaru Lavore colours from the British Touring Car Championship, Bidster in the Pink Panther colours of just randomness, and TY in a what looks, well, I think some Minolta sponsored Civic. It's kind of like spoon colours in a way, but Passion Bidster side by side yet again. Let's go on board with the Golf driver. In fact, let's go on board with the Subaru driver, because the Golf driver is just trying to edge ahead here as we go into the right-hander. Bidster gets it through. Can he get the car turn? No! Pash goes straight back through to the outside camera. There goes Neil Farmack, and there goes Pash. Bidster and TY as quick as that, and Pash did really well to hold that there, and Bidster just ran a bit wide out of the previous corners, but now side by side again down the straight. Brilliant battle this for second place, as Pash has a massive wiggle, sends the car into the corner, the back end trying to keep up, and it just loses in momentum on the way out the corner, and Bidster goes through, and TY now looking for the opportunity to come through again. Anime, by the way, is disconnected, so Anime unfortunately is disconnected. That will count as a retirement from the race, unfortunately. He will get his extra point, he will get the point for pole position though still, but he apart from the extra, that 1 point, he doesn't get anything else from this race, unfortunately. So be bad luck, we'll see him in the next one. But Bidster now holding off TY, as TY now in 3rd place with Pash in 4th, but he's just going to stick on the back of these guys and he'll be all good. And Wayne's not too far off here, so these guys keep battling. Wayne could close up, as Nifty's got some work to do. I think he's had a couple of errors, 26 and 24 that time, so he's had a few errors there. Meanwhile, these three still will not leave each other alone into the last penultimate corners. Bidster just holds on there. No way through for TY. It's quite hard to pass on Goodwood. You've got to really get your momentum up and try and pass, as TY has a massive tank slapper and it still won't stop, and it just catches the edge of the wall. And yeah, that was very unlucky there for TY. He just had a massive tank slapper trying to recover it, but we're keeping his foot in, but it was just too late, and caught the edge of the barrier, and that's all it took. And then we'll get some replays on all that stuff later on, guys. We'll pop them in somewhere. But yeah, so now we've got Neil in the lead of the race, averaging 13s, captain consistent up front in the Chevy Camaro, doing a good job. We have got Bidster second in the Golf, 13s and 14s, but he has been battling, and he's got Pash still not too far behind him. Pash is not letting go of that Golf, trying to keep behind him for all he's worth. Wayne in 4th, not the fastest lap of the race now. Wayne 1:13.3 for Wayne, fastest lap of the race, so he really is pushing now. TY got to try and keep on the back of Wayne if you can. And like I said, Nifty from earlier on, or 1:30 last time round, he's really not having a good race this time round. Nifty. There goes Neil. The camera's not changing, so these two must be close. Yeah, Bidster's there. Oh, there's Pash. He's doing the World Rally version of what a Subaru should do, but unfortunately on a tarmac track, it's not what you need to be doing, Pash. But yeah, just ran wide out of the chicane there, probably just clipped the wall and just ran in too hot, and yeah, wide on the way out. But that has given Wayne something to latch on to the back of. I'll look at Wayne's lap times there. Lap 5, 13.392, and then 13.393, 1,000th of a second in his lap times. Now that's consistent, and captain consistent at the front, who was done 13s, has now done a 12.8. So the Camaro really looking good here. The rear wheel drive looking like it's suiting this track quite well. And then you've got the front wheel drive Golf, you've got the 4-wheel drive Subaru, the 4-wheel drive Genesis, the front wheel drive Honda, and the 4-wheel drive Audi. So it looks like the rear wheel drive is the one to have round here. There goes the Golf. Let's have a look at Neil Farmer. There he goes. Nice and steady, nice and smooth into the corners, trail braking just a little bit, keep the back end in check, just keeping it all nice and smooth and consistent. And that's what you want when you've got this level of a lead. You know, I would imagine, I think he's got probably, I would guess that's about 4-second gap to Bidster. So he's just done a 13.5 Neil, and Bidster's just done a 13.7, so still a couple of tenths in hand, Neil Farmack, compared to Bidster's pace. But Bidster throwing the Golf in there into turn 1. There goes Pash, there goes Wayne, both throwing their cars into turn 1 as well. Oh, Pash has gone off, he's gone wide. Pash throws the car in too much, gets the understeer, and goes wide. So Pash down to 4th place then, and TY can sniff a place. If he can get a bit closer, he's not too far off. A little bit more spread out now, but again, longer way to go. Still a long way to go in this race. Lap 8 of 17 here. There's Bidster in the Golf. The Genesis of Wayne. Not done bad to having said it out to say that he started off a bit slow in that Genesis. He's not done bad to get to where he is now, averaging 14, 13 lap times. So look at the last three laps. 13s, 392, 393, and 392 again. That is 3 laps in consistency within a thousandth of a second consistency. That is incredible. Let's see what he does this time. Can he do it this time? No, because we were watching him. He's gone down to a 9. But yeah, see that there? It's just lit up now. 5 on lap 7, both his personal bests. So that's really good going there. Now, what was Neil's last lap time? It was the 13.4. Bidster was the 13.8. Yeah, so Neil's still got the advantage there. Bidster not able to close up, but again, look at the front wheel drive tyres. The tyres are starting to have a... Well, I don't think Bidster's too bothered about that, because he's pushing like hell in that Golf, sliding it sideways, pushing for all it's worth. And we'll see if that's going to help him, but the more he does that, the more he's going to hurt his tyres. But I suppose he's got to try something. There's where you can see the 4-wheel drive's much better on the tyres. There's the Subaru trying to throw the car in there so it doesn't understeer. He's had a few understeering problems this season in the Subaru from rounds 1 and 2. He wasn't at round 3, but he was at round 1 and 2. Yeah, he had a few understeer issues with the Subaru, but looks like he's trying to get on top of them, but still not helping with how the track is. TY personal best last time round, 13.634. What's Pash done? 16 last time round, because he ran wide. He's fastest at 13.7 on lap 3. Yeah, TY definitely closing in there. You can see him just about closing in. Bidster's done his first 13.6, but how much is that going to be taken out of his tyres? 13.1 for Neil Farmack. Again, the rear wheel drive, not having any tyre issues, keeping it consistent. But yeah, you can see the difference there. And Wayne, Pash and TY are the cars to watch now, because they are all quite close to each other. Let's go on board with TY in the Honda. Over the curb, and then straight over the next curb should be, yeah, just touching it there, into 5th, braking, probably down to 3rd gear I would imagine, or even 4th gear, because you can use the turbo and pull the car out the corner. Keep it in the draft. Wayne trying to get rid of the draft. Let's go on board with the Subaru. Revving that boxer engine until there's no life in it anymore. Closing up to the back of Wayne into the braking zone. Let's go to the outside cameras. He just catches the grass there and was lucky to hold that. But Pash just about holds that into the chicane. Pash, all of them are a little bit tentative through that chicane. The last thing they want to do is hit that wall and go straight on. They need to be really careful. They are being. But the Genesis holding on to 3rd place for now, doing a decent job. We can tell Wayne's looking in his mirrors a bit more, because his lap times have gone down from the 13s down to the 14s. So he's definitely looking in his mirrors a bit more. Pash fastest lap of his race, 1:13.5 and 13.4 for TY. So they're pushing, and Wayne's he's busy looking behind himself at the minute. Looks like Neil and Bidster are starting to catch Nifty to lap him at some point, but I don't want to say eventually, that's not nice, but Nifty's not been having the best race in this one. He has done a 13.6 though. It just shows you that he has got the pace. He's just not quite got the consistency around here yet, but he's got another 2 races to try and get that back. So onwards and upwards, Nifty, keep your chin up. Meanwhile, there goes Wayne. Pash. Oh, TY's lost him a little bit there, so TY made a mistake somewhere there. He's gone backwards a tiny bit. TY runs wide again. Front tyres are going in the Honda. So looks like the front tyres are going, because the 4-wheel drives are alright on tyres. Look at the tyre wear at the bottom left. See that's Pash. Oh, Pash is ahead of Wayne as well. Again, we'll get replay on that as well, but that will all change as well. But yeah, that's Pash into 3rd, Wayne 4th, TY down to 5th, and obviously having those mistakes there. lost 3 seconds on that lap, and it shows. So look at Bidster's tyres wear, because he's still throwing the Golf around. He's still not afraid to throw the Golf around, but it's a brilliant shot that, by the way. You can really see the lean angle of the cars now. The suspension's working, and then there's a helicopter above trying to cheat. But yeah, whoever's in the chopper, you cheated. But yeah, there goes Pash. Bidster there in the Golf. Again, the tyres not looking too great. Bidster not. No, I think he's fine. But yeah, Pash and Wayne still close together. Lap 12 of 17 here at Goodwood. Race 1 of 3. We've got 3 races in this round, and then we've got one more round of the season to go, which will be at the finale at Brands Hatch GP circuit. That'll be brilliant. And then we've still got another 2 races at Goodwood to go after this one. Pash does a 13.3, his fastest lap of the race, and Wayne a 13.3 as well. So both of them matching each other's pace. Yeah, 3.27 and a 3.64, so pretty much as equal as you can get. Just by a few thousandths out. And TY 13.7. So again, pushing, but again the tyres aren't quite there for him at the minute. Bidster's down to 14s as well, so if he's not careful, he's going to get caught by Passion and Wayne if he carries on with that pace. But I think he's trying his best, but the tyres are just saying no. Let's have a look at Neil Farmack. Now, still brilliant. Lap time's a little bit more staggered now, but he's doing 1.14, the rest 13s and 12s, and this one's already looking purple again. So this could be another fastest lap of the race for Neil Farmack in the Camaro. Let's have a look. Let's stay with him as he goes through the last chicane with pinpoint precision on the way out. Power to the line. It's going to be a 1:12.627. Fastest lap of the race again. Knocks another couple of tenths off his fastest lap. What? Neil the Machine Farmack absolutely rolling out these laps and pulling away from Bidster in second place. Bidster doing what he can, but he can't do anything about that. That's 1.5, almost 1.5 seconds quicker than Bidster's current pace. Bidster 14 dead last time round, 13.9 for Pash, only a tenth caught up on that lap. But TY 13.4. So TY's coming back. Looks like it was just that one lap of momentary lapse of concentration, and he's now back on the pace in the Honda. Goes through the complex section over the curb, nice and smooth, always nice and smooth from TY. It's his driving style, always nice and smooth. The master of smoothness, very Jackie Stewart-esque driving style, very smooth. And you got Pash, more of a wild driver, likes to throw the car in, bit similar to Bids and Pash and Nifty have more of a way of throwing the car into the corner. Wayne's a bit of a both. I would say Wayne's a bit more smooth and a bit more throwy in. It depends what mood he's in. Neil is just a machine. Literally, as I said earlier, he's just an absolute machine at the minute. Neil usually drives all or nothing. Usually Neil's either 100% or nothing. So Neil's still pushing, but it's just effortless in that rear-wheel drive Camaro in this race so far. And Pash there in third. Wayne fourth. So yeah, these lot are catching up to each other again. But look at the tyre wear of TY. There's the tyre wear of Wayne, look at bottom left, and then we'll switch to TY now. There, we're about another eighth to a quarter worse tyre wear than the cars ahead, and he still did a 13.2. Just shows you TY, he's not afraid to get the performance out of the car, and when his tyres do start going down, he has got his smooth driving style does help to try and keep the pace up, less scrubbing of the tyres. There's Neil. From the last corner, I just missed the sector point. I was just going to see if he were purple again or not. Well, Business did a 13.7, so a little bit faster that time round, and he's on for a personal best this time round. He's gone blues, which is a personal best of the session so far. But his front tyres are a bit dead. Front right's about half worn. Front left is about half worn. Sorry, front right is about a quarter worn, with all the left-hand corners on this track. And Bizda does a 1.14 dead. And again, Neil doing a 13.2, so Neil's still pulling away by over half second to 3/4 of a second a lap. There's Pash. Now, I don't think they're going to catch Bidster with only 2 laps to go. But if Bidster makes a mistake, it could be all that they need. But they're still quite close together, these three. Battling for that podium place, Pash versus Wayne. TY trying to join in, but still not quite close enough just yet to join the party. As they come sliding through the fast right and left. There's twitch there from TY in the background as they go over the curbs, kicking up the dust. Power on. Let's go on board with the Subaru driver. Let's look back from the top of the Subaru. Yeah, that boxer engine working. Into 6th gear. We're going to be looking at 150 mile an hour-ish before braking. And then brake into the fast right-hander. Working that front left tyre. Wayne goes a little bit wide. He's on the grass. Now he's got to stop the car into the corner. I've been on the grass. Oh, now Pash says I'll repay the favour. Eat dust. And now this is Wayne's chance. Wayne's got to pounce while he can. Oops, sorry about the camera views, guys. There we go. Back to the outside camera. Oh, Wayne, so close to catching the grass there, but he's got a good run through the corner. He takes the risk with the line, goes to the inside. Pash tries to cover it, but it's too late. Wayne's already got the nose of the car down the inside. And it's going to be Wayne who takes 3rd place. But he's got to try and hold on to it now, because Pash is not going to lose this without a fight. But Wayne gets his car in front. Pash trying to retaliate, but no way through here. He's just got to stick on the back of the Genesis. But now TY's joining in with the Honda. As they go through the right-hander, we're going to have to focus on Neil Farmack in a moment for winning the race. As Wayne goes on the grass, he's lost it, he's hit Pash and TY. It's Christmas for TY, he takes the places and goes into 3rd place. Wayne lost it, Pash had nowhere to go, went into him, and TY takes the 3rd place. But Neil Farmack comes out of the last corner and takes victory here at race 1 in Goodwood. Well done to Neil Farmack. Nifty gets lapped and finished 6th. Brilliant race from Neil, absolute textbook. Bidster finishes 2nd in the Golf, with out of those tyres absolutely dead. TY finishes 3rd after Pash and Wayne had a little bit coming together there. Pash in 4th, Wayne in 5th position there. Well done to everyone there. Nifty finished 6th. He got lapped by Neil just at the end there. But yeah, we'll get them replays in from the race, and yeah, we'll get them replays in now. So as we come back from them, Neil Farmack is your winner. Well done to Neil Farmack. Absolute masterclass here at Goodwood in race 1. And we'll see you guys for race 2. Take care. Here's a replay of the first of the shenanigans then that happened on the lap 1. You see Nifty going into here. This is how Wayne went. Wayne went wide and then went to the back of the pack. There's Pash recovering from the massive slide on lap 1. Brilliantly held there. Nifty starts to have a look at trying to get past Bidster. And they side by side with Anime. No contact, but that that lagging car of Anime must be a bit terrifying. Here's a replay of how Anime got past Nifty into the corner. Now that looked like there was a touch there, but there actually wasn't a touch there. It was just a bit of lag. Nifty goes wide, and that's how Anime got through. Now here's a replay of how Wayne went from 7th to 5th in one easy method. You have Anime and Nifty going a bit wide there into the chicane. Now into the chicane here, they both clip the inside wall. Nifty goes wide, Anime runs wide as well, just about recovers the car, and Wayne goes through and says thanks a bunch, and takes the place. And here was how Nifty started his issues in the race. Unfortunately, just a bit too fast into the chicane, too much weight transfer, and round in a sort of a half spin goes Nift. And now here's a replay of what happened to TY on lap 5. So we're side by side with Bids into the fast right-handers near the end of the lap. Bidster holds the place. We go into the chicane. Everything looks okay for now, but see where he has just too much weight transfer. He's on the power trying to recover it. He's still on the power trying to recover it, but the tank slap was just too much. And then he hits the wall, it buries itself in the wall. It keeps to one side so Wayne can come through, and down to 5th place goes TY. Here's a replay of what happened to Pash on lap 8 for him to lose his 3rd place to Wayne. He goes into turn 1, everything looks okay for now, but he just goes wide, understeers, the Subaru understeer comes back and he rejoins, and by that time Wayne is long gone. Now here's what happened to TY for him to lose all that time on lap 11. So he's coming into the fast part of the track, 150 miles an hour, trying to look for the braking point, and then he gets on the brakes into here. Looking good so far. He comes out the corner, and And there's a man, and all of a sudden the car just veers to the left. For some strange reason, veers to the left, hits the wall, and then, yeah, that's how he lost all that time. Very strange. And now here's a replay of how Wayne lost his third place later on in that lap. He went too wide into the into one of the last corners, and so does TY, and then there goes Pash, and then TY loses even more time there. We saw that one on the camera, but we didn't see what happened at first with him, but we saw that from before. So yeah, that's how Pash got through to third place. So here's a replay of the last lap shenanigans on board with TY. So we're going into the first the first half of the lap. And we're coming up to these two tight right-handers to watch here. You see Wayne goes into the corner, goes wide onto the grass, Pash follows him, and that's how TY goes through, and then there's a little bit of contact as Wayne and Pash rejoins. Wayne rejoins and catches all his wheels on the grass, but Pash just followed him, and that's how it happened. So let's just watch again. Let's have a look from the outside camera this time. Let's look at Wayne's car as it happened. So looking from Wayne's car, so he just goes in and just goes too wide. There's Pash going too wide as well, and there's TY coming through. Then Wayne his car sort of pivots on the grass, and then a little bit of contact with Pash. But that's how TY went from 5th to 3rd. Hi everyone, and welcome back to LPB Racing for the LPB Touring Car Championship here on GT7. This is round 4, race 2 from Goodwood. So let's take you through the grid then for this one. It is based on the previous result. So the winner of last time was Neil Farmack, so he's on pole in the Camaro. He's in the on pole. Bids to second in the VW Golf. Then it's TY in the Honda Civic Type R. Then it's Pash in the Subaru. Then we've got Wayne in the Genesis, and Nifty hoping for a better race this time in the TT. So let's get on with the race then. Let's get the info up. Here we go. So lights on, ready for the start of race 2 here, and away we go. And the four-wheel drive's getting good start. I see Pash and Wayne moving through the field there as the front-wheel drive's bogged down a bit into turn 1. Through turn 1, Neil goes a bit wide. He's on the grass. He's hit Wayne and he's hit Bids as well, and he takes himself out. And Bids gets nudged onto the grass, but Neil loses it himself and then causes the other cars to take avoiding action, and Bids was the unlucky one in that. Pash has ran away though in the Subaru. He's in the lead. TY second, with the Genesis of Wayne hot on his heels in 3rd. Nifty in 4th now in the TT. Wayne pressurising, diving down the inside into the right-hander. That wasn't really on. I don't think he was alongside enough, but TY saw him at the last minute, and he survives. And now Nifty getting his teeth sunk into the back of that Genesis. In fact, now alongside the Genesis, going past it, Nifty making the move, having a much better lap 1 of this race compared to his last race, and throws the car into the right-hander, kicking up the dust. TY ahead, and Wayne looks down the inside into the chicane and thinks better of it. While TY runs wide and he runs wide. I think he tapped the inner wall of the chicane and goes wide, but now he's held it, and he's now under pressure from Wayne because Nifty's got through. He has to defend from Wayne into turn 1. That's going to lose him time. Pash, meanwhile, loving all this, trying to run away while he can in the Subaru. TY on the grass. Luckily, front wheel drive can keep his foot buried and keep the car under control. He's side by side now with Wayne. There's a little bit of argy-bargy, but I think Wayne's just about got through in the Genesis as they go. But as they go through the right-hander, Wayne goes wide, and TY goes straight back through. So close stuff there. Nifty in 2nd place now. Pash isn't pulling away here. I thought Pash should be pulling away a bit more. Nifty's on a roll here. Nifty's on an absolute mission in the TT in the 2005 colours of the Honda Civic. Well, it's an Audi TT with those colours on, but it's the Tom Chilton Honda Civic Type R colours. As TY hits the grass, and meanwhile the other Type R hits the wall. He clips the grass, round he goes, and now he's going to have to, it's an awful spot to rejoin that. Bidster goes through and Neil goes through, so TY recovers, but he caught the grass on the way into the corner, and that's what caused the issue. Meanwhile, Nifty, he's right with Pash, battling for the lead. Subaru versus Audi TT. Let's go on board with Nifty here as we go to the fast right-hander. Lots of fast corners at Goodwood here. The car's absolutely on the edge of grip as they go through these corners. You see the Subaru pulling away a little bit there. It's a little bit better in the corners by the looks of it. We go into the right-hander on the power. Now this is where the Audi should pull a little bit of time back, because it's quite decent on top end, the Audi, because it's got some good aero to it. We'll look at the others in a minute, but Pash and Nifty close together as they go towards the final section of the circuit. Into the double apex right-hander, and Pash runs wide. Nifty has a sniff on the inside. He's more than having a sniff. He's alongside him into the chicane and goes through. Nifty Dark Ninja leads the race. What a turnaround from the previous race, and brilliant to see Nifty in the lead here. Now the thing is though, can he hold it? Into turn one, throwing the car into the corner, not afraid of the speed. Nifty Dark Ninja's got the speed here, but he just needs to keep an eye on the consistency, which was the problem in his last race, and needs to avoid mowing the grass like he were doing on the way out of turn one there. And again, they're very close to the track edge, almost asking to be spun out, as he drifts the car into the right-hander, drifts the car into the left-hander. It's not Formula Drift, Nifty. He's driving it like a rallycross car. Absolutely not afraid to throw that Audi TT around, pushing really hard here. There's the Subaru of Pash in the Subaru Lavore colours from the British Touring Car Championship back in 2015, 16, 17, or 16, 17 colours. You got Wayne in a Genesis. He's not doing too bad here in third. Nice average so far. Obviously, we did have the trouble at turn one on the first lap where Neil had his accident and had his little spin and took a few people with him, but couldn't be helped. It was just a natural mistake by Neil, and all good though. Bidster almost loses the back end of the Golf out of the last corner. He's pushing. But again, the front wheel drives have got to watch the tyre wear. TY mowing more grass back here, so looks like TY's having a nifty race one in race two. Speaking of nifty, still out in the lead of the race on lap 5 of 17 here at Goodwood. Again, so close to the grass. He's asking for trouble being that close to the edge of the track. I mean, I know you've got to use all the room, but you've got to leave yourself a little bit of a safety net sometimes, but I don't think the safety net is in his vocabulary at the minute. Now he's jumping in the air like he is rallycrossing. Nifty in the LPB Touring Car Championship / rallycross at the moment. Absolutely chucking that Audi TT everywhere, taking advantage of the four-wheel drive quattro system. And obviously Pash four-wheel drive as well, but he's keeping his on the tarmac at the moment. That time wise not too bad, 13.6 last time round for Nifty, 13.9 for Pash. A little bit faster for Nifty last time round, but this lap looks like Pash has gained a little bit on him, as obviously Nifty had his rallycross moment. Both still, the gaps means they're roughly the same. It's a little like 13.6 for Nifty and a 13.9 for Pash, so he actually wasn't faster that time. I thought Pash had closed in a little bit, but must have been my eyes. Wayne on a 14.0 in 5th. Bidster 13.6. He's lapping at the same pace as the leaders, but it's not fast enough to catch him at the moment. Neil Farmack though, doing what Neil Farmack did best in race 1 so far. He had his off on the first lap, but since then, he's apart from lap 4, he's been in the 13s, 13.3s, 13.5 area, and going faster again. So it looks like the Camaro, again, the rear-wheel drive suiting Goodwood. Rear-wheel drive cars usually tend to go better at Goodwood. They do when they have the Goodwood revival and the members meeting. A lot of the rear-wheel drive cars do tend to go better around here than the front-wheel drive or four-wheel drive counterparts. Just for the fact that the rear-wheel drive can just push off the corners better, and it just has a bit more of a better balance at speed. As Nifty needs to work on the balance of his TT. He's driving it well, but at the minute it looks like a drunk gymnast going around some of these corners. So and that's letting Pash catch up a little bit. 14.1 last time round, 13.6 for Pash. Into turn 1. Throwing the car in. Let's go on board with the Subaru driver. 6th gear. 140 plus miles an hour. Into the right-hander flat. This next corner will be a dab on the brakes at least and a lift. Down a gear possibly. Yep, there you go. And into the left-hander, down another gear. Nifty just about keeping it on the tarmac in front. Pash doing the same. Pushing hard. Let's have a look further back. I'm not sure if there's been an incident because Wayne's been off. Let's have a look. So see if the rewinding in the race is better than doing the replays. I think it probably will be, but I think Wayne had an off at turn 1 by the look of it. Goes into turn 1. Oh, just in too hot onto the grass, and then that just spells disaster. Backwards into the wall. As he rejoins Bidster there. What are you doing? But they did bounce off the wall in a very unique way, and Neil Farmack now takes advantage of the error and goes past Bidster ahead. So back onto Nifty and Pash where they were. We're back to where they were now. So I think we're doing the replays within the race is probably better than doing them after it, unless I actually missed something completely. TY's just he's had an awful few laps. He's a 127 last time round, and it looks like he's off again. So TY not having a good race, not by TY standards. I think there's a jinx with this championship where usually one car doesn't do very well, or at least in this round anyway. Nifty last time, it's TY's turn this time as Nifty backing the car into the fast right-hander. He's steering the car with the rear. It's like those rear drive big sit-on lawnmowers that the rear steer lawnmowers you get. I was just steering it with the rear. I know, I'll throw the front end in and just let the back end just do what it wants. But it's working. He's still in the lead, but it is quite an aggressive form of driving. Well, again, that's what touring car racing is. It's a very aggressive form of driving. Neil 12.8 on lap 6. Absolutely owning the track with the fastest laps there. Meanwhile, back with Pash and Nifty. Again, the gap's still about the same, but Nifty, again, like I said before, he is pushing very hard. Can he keep this pace up for the rest of the race? I'm not doubting the man, I'm just saying what I see, but he did make a mistake there, ran wide on the exit of the corner, and that is all it took. That was what I was on about with the pushing too hard, and that's finally bit him where he doesn't want it, and Pash goes through into the lead of the race then. Pash leads in the Subaru. Nifty has a little sniff down the inside, no way through there, and he's going to try and stick on the back bumper of the Subaru. Again, it's quite hard to overtake around Goodwood. You really got to prioritise your run out the corner and not do what Nifty did there and hit the inside wall and lose all your momentum. And not the best lap for Nifty here on lap 8 and on to lap 9. Pash leads by about the same gap that Nifty led by before, or maybe a little bit more. But tyre wear, Pash's tyre wear is a lot better for a four-wheel drive, and then Nifty's tyre wear, for a four-wheel drive, that's pretty. Yeah, it's using your front tyres a bit. Neil Farmack, hardly any tyre wear on the rear-wheel drive Camaro, that's one of its strengths. Bidster in the front-wheel drive Golf, yep, the tyres are expected to wear, and yes, they are already at about maybe a 1/8 to a quarter worn at the front, and we're only about probably halfway through this race. Wayne, not too bad on tyre wear. Oh, Bidster's off the track and flying in the Golf, trying to do a front-wheel drive version of the Nifty Rallycross moment. But survives, keeps his foot buried in the front wheel drive, spins the front up, pulls it straight, and just lives to fight another day. Yeah, there's Wayne in the Genesis, not looking too bad on tyres, and pace not too bad, just the odd mistake here and there. And TY, unfortunately, in this race, making mistakes all over the place, but doesn't look too bad through there, nice and clean. Looks like he's able to get the odd clean lap in, and then it all goes wrong. So we'll keep an eye on how that's going. Further back we've got Bill Bidster. Looks like Bidster just made a tiny mistake out of the chicane. Let's have a look here, because Bidster did make some kind of mistake here. Nice line through the right hand. Now it must be at the chicane, in and in, and oh yeah, run wide, hit though the back end on the grass. What a recovery from Bidster! What a recovery! Let's have a look on board with that. Hits the grass, and reactions of a cat. Oh, keeps his foot in, buries the throttle, and keeps it alive. And Wayne, you can see Wayne in the mirror there, not bothering to have a go. Decides to stick behind Bids for now, and we'll see how the race pans out for him. But yeah, mistakes being made up and down the field here. Pash still in the lead then in the Subaru. Nifty pushing hard to try and stay with him. You can see how hard they're pushing, and see how smooth the Camaro is compared to the four-wheel drive cars. And you got Bidston in the front-wheel drive, nice and planted through there. Wayne trying to climb into his gearbox. The leader is Pash. Let's look on the background. There's Nifty further back. That's Nifty's view looking back. That is Neil Farmer behind him. There's Neil Camaro. You can't see Bids is that far back, and there's Bids, and there's Wayne in the Genesis right behind him, and yep, he's closing on Bids. You can see the front cam from here from the Genesis. Nice little onboard for you through the right-hander. Nice hop on the curb there and into the last chicane. Nice and hot. Oh, he hits the wall on the inside and runs wide. So easy done. I think almost everyone's done it in this race so far at that chicane, but yep, not ideal. Now, Neil Farmack, 1:14.1 last time, his worst lap, but every other lap, mid-13s to low 13s, compared to Nifty doing 14s and 15s at the minute. Pash is under 13, mid-13, high 13 range, so it's going to be harder for Neil to catch Pash, but Neil looks like he's on form here, and he's catching Nifty. So this could be a developing battle we can look into. You see, there's the Audi, there's the Camaro in the same shot. Now, Nifty has got to play his cards right here. He's got to watch what that Camaro's already on him. You can see the speed he can carry through the corners in the Camaro. I mean, it's not the usual story you hear of the big American muscle car being better around the corners than an Audi Quattro. I think if Audi engineers heard about that, they'd be trying to unlive themselves. But oh, Nifty goes wide onto the grass. And the worst nightmare for the Germans have happened, and it is the Americans that go through into second place. So the Camaro goes into second, and the German must chase. So, yeah, Nifty I think, yeah, he's done better in this race than he did in race one by a long shot. But, just commentators cursed him, and he's gone round on the grass, and yeah, now he's got to wait for the others to pass, and yeah, minus TY. Unfortunately, back to race one standards, unfortunately, but these things do happen. He did have a brilliant first half of that race, but in just from about lap 8 and 9 onwards, the mistakes started to creep in, and yeah, that's when it sort of turned upside down for him, unfortunately. Now, Pash, 1:13.9 last time round, 1:13.1 for Neil, 8/10 in the pocket, off to the side of Neil Farmack, going faster. So can he catch the Subaru? Can he do something about that Subaru ahead and get some more points for the championship? So they all need points for the championship, but quite close there. Speaking of close, Bidster and Wayne close together for third and fourth position. Now Nifty has gone behind them. The battle for fourth now has some more meanings. It's a battle for a podium place. Wayne looking left, looking right, looking left, and darting around all over the place. Can't find a way past the lazy Pink Panther mobile of Bidster, the Golf. Flash of the hazards there for some reason for Bids, but it's probably just acknowledging, hello, I see you, I know you're there. I'm not going to make it easy for you, but I'll try. We go into the right-hander, up on the curb, hop, hop. The front-wheel drive car can abuse the curbs a lot more, because the front-wheel drive just makes it more stable, hitting the curbs. Just have to watch hitting the grass on the way into the corner, but Wayne and Bidster both sensible and wise to that. So we've got front-wheel drive Golf versus four-wheel drive Genesis. I'm thinking for a minute, I was just about to say Hyundai. It's not a Hyundai or Hyundai, it is a Genesis. It is the other brand. But the VW still is in front, but the tyres look like the tyres are going, and the tyres could decide this, because look at the graph at the bottom left. You've got Bidster's tyres there, about a third worn, And then you got the Genesis tyres now, which are not even an eighth one. So the tyre wear is drastically different. Because obviously the front wheel drive car does the power through the front wheels, it does the steering through the front wheels, it does everything through the front wheels. The rear end is just along for the ride. And speaking of going along for the ride, it is Wayne going alongside Bids and going through. Carries the momentum from turn 1 and goes straight through. Bids didn't fight that too much. I think he knows he's on a tiny bit of a losing battle with the tyre wear at the moment, but we'll see how we go. Knowing Bids, he won't just give up. But the tyre wear might not give him much of a choice in the Golf. One of the, like I said, the front left does take a hammering round here compared to other tracks that we've been to. So when we were at Sardinia and Blue Moon, and tyre wear weren't really an issue, and Lagomaggiore to a point as well wasn't really too much of an issue. But here at Goodwood for the front wheel drive car, it is an issue. It's a big issue. Hopping the curbs though, still pushing hard, still not able to catch the Genesis in front of him. Wayne holding a good line there. Now back to the leaders, let's have a little update. So Pash 13.8 last time round, Neil 13.2, averaging I think a rough average at the minute. He's averaging probably 13.2s, 13.3s on average, if you average out the times that he's done. So just on a rough estimate. So 13.3 average for him, and for Pash, well, 13, 15, 13, so I'd say high 13s for him. So yeah, Neil is on him, but like I said, catching up is one thing, passing's quite another, and Pash is not an easy person to overtake. But like Bids and a few others in this in our league, we do watch the British Touring Car Championship, and we know that a lot of them drivers know how. Well, there's a lot of good racing. There's a lot of panel bashing, but we don't do that in LPB. But there is a lot of good racing in British touring cars, and one thing you do learn is in a pack of cars you learn to defend. And watching that series, we know we've learned a lot about defending and about holding your own position. And looks like Pash is going to have to start using a bit of that if the pace continues. But having said that, it was very neat through that last chicane. 1:14.4 last time round, 13.6 for Neil. He will be in the slight turbulent air of the Subaru in front of him now. The Subaru was a bit wide into the in the mid part of the corner. Sorry, I was having a drink there. But so look further back, we've got Bidster and Wayne still together, but Bidster back. Well, he's in front of Wayne now, so Bidster in front of Wayne. So tyre wear, yeah, half one. Still got to be careful. No way through for Wayne yet. Meanwhile, speaking of trying to go through, but what was I saying about defending? Pash is already having to start doing it, and he's not going to make it easy for Neil to get through here. He will sit on the defensive lines. He will make sure that Neil can't use the run out the corner, because one thing that Neil can't utilise is the rear wheel drive against the front wheel drive, because the he can utilise it against the front wheel drive, the rear wheel drive he's got, but against the four wheel drive, it's more of a level playing field when it comes to getting the acceleration out of the corner, because Pash can just propel with the four wheel drive out of the corner. Yes, it will understeer a little bit, but it can still propel the car off the corner. So Neil's only got one lap now to do it. Last lap of the race, Pash backs the car into turn 1 and sends the car into the apex, and not throwing. Not using any caution, let's just say that. It's not using much caution at the minute, whereas Bidster and Wayne, they're still battling for the last podium slots. We've got two battles to watch out for, and Nifty and TY aren't too far apart here, actually. I think Nifty's had some horrible laps, 1:28, 29, 28 on the like 12, oh, he's off. He's gone the wrong way into that corner, and he's said hello to the marshals, and TY goes through and runs wide himself. So I think at the back it's the battle of who makes least mistakes. Speaking of mistakes though, Pash has been mistake free so far in this race. It's been an absolute almost domination. Neil's tried to pressurise him in the last couple of laps, but I don't think he's going to be having enough time to do it. And Pash has probably defended very well as well in the few times that he's had to do it. And Neil looks like he's going to have to settle for second in this one, because the win is going the way of Subaru and Pash, and Neil makes a little mistake out of the last corner. Pash wins race 2 here at Goodwood. Well done to Pash. Second for Neil Farmack, again some good points there, and fastest lap to boot. Wayne is ahead of Bidster, so that was a change. Let's have a look here. Let's see what happened to these two. Let's rewind it back, because I know Bidster was in the lead when we last saw him. Wayne goes down the inside into the fast right-hander. Bidster doesn't have any of it. He's right on the back of the Hyundai, of the Genesis, sorry, trying to climb into its gearbox. And then we go into the right-hander. Let's look at this battle towards the end. And around we go onto the back straight. Wayne trying to lose the draft. But no way he's going to try and keep that from Bids. Bids still in the draft here. Will he have a go? Down to the last corner. Wayne defends the inside. Bidster breaks late. Bidster cuts back on the inside. He gets the car alongside. He's got to try something. Amazing stuff here. But no, Wayne holds his own. Sticks his own elbows out and says, Bids, not on your life, sunshine. And Wayne amazingly holds on to third place. Brilliant racing between those two at the end. Wayne takes the third. Bidster takes fourth. And Nifty looks like he's going to take fifth place. Let's just wind forward a tiny bit, because I don't think there was much happening after that. Well, actually, Nifty's in front. Well, what happened to TY? Oh, TY went off at turn 1 and did what Nifty did at the other corner. So TY did a Nifty. So that's how Nifty got in front. Now let's see if he holds it for the rest of the lap, just to see. They are a bit more spread out now through the last chicane. Will Nifty survive the last chicane? He survives and takes 5th place in the race, and TY will be in 6th place in the Honda. So your winner of race 2 is Pash. Well controlled race there from the Subaru man. There he is. So brilliant job by Pash, and we'll see you guys for race 3. Take care.